As far as the nuclear deal is concerned, it's up to the European countries and the US to look at it and decide how to implement it. It was violated by the US, and the European countries did nothing about it. In accordance with the deal, they have to lift all sanctions on Iran. European countries should not be influenced by US foreign policy and should instead fulfill their commitments.
Ammar Maliki is an assistant professor of comparative politics at Tilburg University, joins me now from The Hague. Good to have you with us. So listening to Ebrahim Raisi, there seem to be a couple of different messages there. He wants the US to come back to the nuclear agreement. However, he also wants the US to lift all sanctions. And he also said that Iran's ballistic missile program was not up for negotiation. So in your opinion, where does that leave the JCPOA negotiations?
Ebrahim Raisi is known in the country and also in the world as a kind of, with his criminal records. He's not the kind of policymaker in Iran. He's now also known as a kind of puppet of the Supreme Leader. We know the whole process of the election somehow arranged for him to be elected. And so these kind of words that he used and sayings about the kind of the nuclear deal and also negotiations is just something trying to say what the Supreme Leader wants to send to the kind of, let's say, international community and the actors in the world. So it's not something that he has a specific, let's say, policy for himself. We know that the negotiation is ongoing, and so it's not something that he could influence on that. And also we know that the Supreme Leader is the main decision maker in the country. So he tries to just have saying something that normally is expected to be heard from a person who will be the head of the government.
If then he is only acting whatever the Supreme Leader wants Iran to do, what do you make then of Raisi's declaration that the priority for Iran is establishing better relations with regional powers, including Saudi Arabia? I mean, is that something that Riyadh would welcome or encourage?
Yeah, because they had the two main problems. You know that internally, this election was a kind of big no to the Islamic Republic. We know that even according to the official numbers, which we know that are manipulated, at least for the turnouts, that 60% of people said no to the Islamic Republic. Given the fact that Supreme Leader considered the voting as a kind of religious compulsory act and something like that. So in that way, they have to do something with the kind of being involved with the people, with the protests maybe in the near future. So in that way, there is another also front, which is the kind of international community, regional problems, and also the issue with the US and the EU. So they try to somehow close some the fronts that they are somehow engaged with, and in that way they try to send a kind of message that we are the one who has power. It's not like the Rouhani administration that they just could say something, but they didn't have real power, because it is the Supreme Leader who says what you can do, and Raisi can do that. So this is a kind of issues that they try to mention, but in practice they do react in a different way, and they do act as a kind of normal actor in the region. So otherwise, I think they cannot solve the problem with the Arab countries and also Israel and the US.
Ammar, thank you. Ammar Maliki there speaking to us live from The Hague.